Good morning, everyone. If everybody could find a seat, we'll get started here. As most of you know, I'm Carbondale Mayor Mike Henry. As mayor of Carbondale, I am bringing to Southern Illinois not one, but two total eclipses of the sun, one this year and one 7 years from now. So we're looking forward to these events, and excuse me, Helen? Yes. Active nature. I know, but I'm the mayor. Locusts, really? That's not good. Floods? Hey, we're used to a little bit of water around here. You know what I'm saying? We're okay. A tidal wave way up here? Yes, ma'am. Stick to the script. Mother Nature never sleeps. Yes, ma'am. Okay, the script. Just want to make sure you're paying attention. So the script. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Eclipse Summit. As key stakeholders and decision makers in the region, you and I will be tasked with transporting, accommodating, and protecting the tens of thousands of visitors expected in the summer of 2017. Thank you for joining us for a morning of information and partnership. Before we get started, I would like to recognize some of our elected officials. From Senator Dick Durbin's office, we have Ms. Susan Watson. From Congressman Mike Boss' office, we have Ms. Carol Claney. That's definitely not Carol. We have, from the Illinois Legislature, we have Senator David Luckefeld. We have Representative John Bradley. Where's John? There he is. I haven't seen Gary Forby. Is Gary here this morning? Representative Brandon Phelps. And Representative Terry Bryant, I know, is here. So we appreciate you attending. It's going to take a piggy bank to help us get through this, so we're going to be looking to you guys too. I know the state's flush with money, so. I want to reiterate, this is an informational meeting for key stakeholders and decision makers. That's you and me. This is an opportunity for you to see the broad strokes of what we hope to accomplish and how to get from here to there. Some of the things that Carbondale will have ready by the time a year from now is a new Hilton Hotel in our downtown area. Our streetscape plan for revitalization of the downtown will be well underway. Hopefully a good deal of it complete. We will complete the parking. We see side tracks down here right next to the railroad. We will own that property. We will complete parking there. We will have parking all the way from the south end of Illinois Avenue all the way up to Walnut Street, one continuous strip behind all of our businesses there. So the downtown improvements will include hiding the power lines, putting them behind the buildings, burying them in some cases, just for the visual appeal on Illinois Avenue. And then we have consultants about, as I said, to complete the streetscape plan. The good news for you is no decisions need to be made today. That is other than your personal decision on whether or not to help with the collaboration and coordination of our solar eclipse event. That's right, it's not Carbondale's, it's our event, it's coming to Southern Illinois, and we have to own it, you and I. After the meeting, you will have an opportunity to sign up for the committee and or subcommittees that interest you. Committee facilitators will contact you within the week. Now some folks that have been involved in this, we also have a couple of folks who are good friends of mine also here from SIU. Lost track of where they are, but I know from the Chancellor's office, Mr. Matt Ballman is here. And there's Matt. And from the President's office, Brian Chapman is here. And also Ms. Lori Stepper is right here from SIU. So SIU has been working on this for a year and a half to 2 years. They have a really good plan in place. They're here to help us with our side of it. And also the folks from SIU, a couple who have been leading the charge out there is Bob Baird and Scott Ishman. So they're here also to listen today, but to provide comments and some insights that they have. Cinnamon Smith is here. Cinnamon is our Director of Tourism. She's behind me. She has been working with James Mayer of Mayer Networks and Branding to develop our logo and develop our website. The landing page for the website is up. The in-depth pages are not there yet. They will be within a couple of weeks. Also behind me, you have several folks down the table. I think I know almost everybody, but Diane Reagan is over here. She'll be up here in a minute. Gary Williams, our city manager. Chief Jeff Grubbs of our police department. Amber Ronquetto of our police department. Chief Ted Lomax of the fire department. Terry Kaufman, Ian Simmons Smith, Sean Henry from Public Works. Bo Henson, Kathy Renfro from Park District. Bonnie Wheeler, Aaron Friday, and what's your name? Diane Hood. So I'm just a guy doing the introduction. I will turn this over to Diane Reagan now and let her start in on her part of the program. We'll get some good information. You'll see kind of the flow charts and so on and so forth. Thank you.
Cinnamon is going to join me up here. The city and Carbondale Tourism are working together on marketing for the Eclipse, and as the mayor mentioned, we have worked this summer towards developing a new brand and website. So I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce it. So we're working on getting the website put together. This is going to be a fantastic communication device, and we hope that it will incorporate a lot of other organizations that are helping us with the Eclipse. For one is SIU Steering Committee, so we'll have a link directly to the website that they launched approximately a year and a half ago. Their website has a lot of information educationally. It also will talk about the different events that they're holding on campus, so it'll be a fantastic information piece for us to utilize. As far as the focus on Carbondale's Eclipse, we'll be able to list the lodging that will be available, from commercial lodging, which we put out as hotels, to the cabins and bed and breakfast. We're also going to have camping information for those individuals who are self-sufficient when they come to Carbondale, so they might be coming in an RV, they may have a tent, or some type of primitive camping. And so we're going to be using any opportunity that we can to ensure that the visitors that are coming to Carbondale and Southern Illinois know where they can have some type of overnight accommodation. In addition to that, we'll have restaurants listed and different activities, events that are going on. So it will really be a home for information. You can find ways that if you want to volunteer, so as the committee chair over accommodations, we'll be discussing different activities that we have planned in the downtown area. If you're a vendor and you want to come vend with us, then you'll have an opportunity to sign up for that. If there is live music, you should be able to hear about what live music is being played and what the location of that is going to be in the downtown area. Additionally, we'll be able to talk about transportation, detours, parking, all of those pieces. So here's a look at what is right now just our landing page. Again, as the mayor notified you, the back pieces still have to come together. It's a lot of information. But here you can see our countdown. We do have a look at the classes that we plan to sell. One of the things that we're offering is that our local businesses, if they want to put their logo on the side of those glasses where the Carbondale Tourism logo is presently, then we're giving our businesses that opportunity. They can either give them away for free as promotional pieces, they can sell them through their retail outlets or their restaurants. It's really up to the businesses how they want to handle it. So we are handling that piece of it. As you can see there, we'll have a button for road closures, events, how to give directions to get here. That's really important. We want to make sure that people know, if they're coming from the west, north, south, east, however, this is how easy it is to get to the Carbondale area. And then if you would find a road closure for some reason, then we'd be able to give you a detour from there. We'll also have visitor information. So as I mentioned, you'll see lodging information, the weather. The weather will be so important, as we all know. Transportation and obviously restaurants at that time. And as you can see, we do have a map showing Carbondale's location. And again, if you want to find out the latest information, please sign up for our website or check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. We'll have Instagram up and going. So really, any way that you can find whatever informational ways that you get information, we're doing the same thing to get that information to you.
Thanks, Cinnamon. I want to clarify what you're looking at right now is actually the developmental site for the full website. The full website has not been launched yet, but the landing page will be available if you go to carbondaleeclipse.com right now. And how about that seamless transition? Kind of back up whenever there is technology involved. So James Mayer is going to help us out here. We are at the part where I start. The next piece that we need to tell you about is the framework, the plan for how we're going to get things done. Now I'm going to blaze through this kind of quickly. It's, a plan, and that can be like watching paint dry. So we're going to go quickly just to let you know what is going on. First of all, a little bit of context. We started with the idea we're going to have a plan by the end of July. We massaged the it's being announced today. We are close to 1 year out from the eclipse. The second part of our planning was to brand the Carbondale Eclipse, which you just saw. And the next phase will be to build upon the plan, this framework that we're announcing today, and then ultimately with the calendar year starting 2017, we'll be executing what's in that master plan. So essentially, the plan is being announced today. The framework is available for download on carbondaleeclipse.com. There are also a limited number of printed copies available today. If you wanted one of those, they're available on the back table. I believe a copy has been put on the middle of each table as well. Essentially, what the plan does is identify the top 3 themes. We started with an assessment of what people were concerned about, interviewed key stakeholders, and the same things came up over and over again. Number 1 was transportation and safety. Number 2 was accommodations. What are we going to do with all these people? And third, how are we going to pay for it? So as you will see that those 3 big themes are ultimately going to become the 3 major committees that have been established in our task force. More specifically, people wanted to know what was going to happen with traffic and parking and how we're going to move people in and out of the city. Secondly, other major things were public safety, emergency management. And so public safety, emergency management, and traffic and parking became the subcommittees that evolved out of this. Second area, major area of concern, probably equally as important, was accommodations. And The top themes people were where are they going to stay, what are they going to eat, what are they going to do, and how are they going to view the eclipse. And finally, the top issues under resources were funding and intergovernmental coordination. So the Eclipse plan, the framework that we are announcing today, establishes a task force. Essentially, there are these four major components of it: a steering group, governmental partners, the community, and we also are having expert advisors and collaborators. The structure of the committee is, as you can see, kind of horizontal. That's to allow for a decentralized structure. There are the three major committees: transportation and safety, accommodations and resources, and underneath those there are subcommittees that have evolved. Now, the decentralized project management structure allows for those at all levels to be able to communicate and develop a sort of social web to get this thing done. This is a tactic to use for getting mission-specific teams to do something very quickly. The task force is guided by efficiency, customer service, long-range economic development, community engagement, and identifying opportunities for cross-collaboration. So as you've heard earlier, after this meeting there will be an opportunity to sign up for the committee and subcommittees that you're interested in. So next, we're going to, I'm more excited about this part, you meeting our team. And again, I'm going to go through this very quickly because we have folks that want to move on today and get more to the discussion. So first of all, I'm going to start with the transportation and safety team. If you are already working on transportation and safety, would you raise your hand in this area? You guys? Okay, good. All right, the chair of the Transportation and Safety Committee is Bo Henson. Bo is with Greater Egypt Regional Planning and Development Commission. He is also a transportation planner. And if you want to come up for just a second and say a couple words, or I can just hand this to you, actually.
Hi, everybody. My name is Bo Henson. As Diane was saying, I'm an economic development specialist at Greater Egypt Regional Planning. Also very proud to volunteer as your committee chair for transportation and safety. I'll be the external component working hand in hand with Sean and his group, police, fire, EMA, and public health. I really feel that this Eclipse event is a distinct opportunity for long-term economic development for the city of Carbondale and our region as a whole. We will really have an opportunity to display what Southern Illinois does best to thousands of people. And I feel that best is represented by the people in this room and the people in your social circles. Diane wanted me to talk a little bit more about this horizontal communication structure. It's horizontal symbolically, but I think it's best to kind of envision a social network and a web. We want everyone who signs up for a subcommittee to feel empowered to work with other groups. These groups are obviously going to lend naturally to each other. Traffic and safety is very important to festivities and visitor accommodations, as will government agency revenue be important for everything. The way you'll be able to do this as a subcommittee, when you come up with needs or barriers, you will contact your appropriate committee chair. At that point, our job is simply to relieve the barriers you might have over the course of next year. Thanks.
Thanks, Bo. So some of the things that are already in the works for transportation safety, we're discussing closing Route 51 and detouring vehicles on Route 13. A traffic and parking plan is already in the works. We are seeking partnerships to establish remote parking. Okay. Some of the things that we know already are that Most of the hotels are expected to sell out. You already heard about the new hotel downtown. An interesting concept that's happening right now are that a number of tour buses are planning to come in from metro areas within the 100-mile radius, so St. Louis or Memphis, and to come in just for the day. So they're staying in metro area hotels and then coming in for the day and leaving. So something to know about, and also have to figure out how to accommodate them. The city is considering, City and Park District are considering camping in the city. So, and finally, apartment rental and home rental. We've had requests for VRBO and Airbnb type rentals, so the city is considering a short-term rental ordinance. Another preliminary plan is a downtown concert, and there are sponsorship opportunities available for that. I'm supposed to cue Diane Hood for that. she knows about sponsorship opportunities. If she calls you. Again, how are we going to accomplish this? We are encouraging businesses to be welcoming, good customer service. Some of the things that businesses can do are be open. A lot of businesses typically are closed on Mondays, and the Eclipse is happening on a Monday. So the other thing is to create Eclipse specials if you're a restaurant. And finally, the Resources Committee, some of the things that we are looking at, you can see here on the screen, for funding. Finally, I'm kind of excited about introducing Bonnie Wheeler. Many of you know her from WSIL TV. As I mentioned earlier, the task force will have advisors and partners and collaborators. And Bonnie approached me early on. She was very interested in getting involved, and she has an interesting story of why. So Bonnie will be our media and community experience advisor. So I'm going to give her the mic real quick.
Where did you find that picture? I don't know. I am here representing WSIL TV and want to emphasize the role we can play in your plans. We're going to be interested, Mike Snuffer, our news director, is here. Would you hold it? We will be interested in anything and everything that you are doing to plan for this. There's going to be a jillion interesting stories about transportation, about clever accommodation plans. Carbondale, as she said, will work on a plan to allow for VRBO and Airbnb, but all you other cities will probably be doing that also. So it's going to be, it'll be great information. I told Diane that we'll work something out so that our Eclipse stories can go to the website so that if you miss it on the news, you'll be able to see it. But the reason Diane asked me here is because before we came to WSIL TV, I was a reporter, and one of the places I worked was KGW TV in Portland, Oregon. If any of you have done your research, you know that in Oregon in 1979 was the last complete solar eclipse visible from Earth. I was very much a rookie, so I cannot tell you what went on behind the scenes of this. All I know is everybody at the station had to work that day. When we got up, it was cloudy. It looked just like this. And where was the eclipse going to be? This is 1979, people. You know, the live shots were just barely something. If you could do a live shot at your TV station, that was a really big deal. Unbeknownst to me now, looking back and going, who the hell had the forethought for this? The station had leased a fixed-wing aircraft. And we went up to 10,000 feet. And when I say we, it was me and the reporter. I was what they called a field producer, and what that entailed was directing the satellite dish. We microwaved the total eclipse of the sun over Portland, Oregon, back to the TV station. And I am not positive, but it was certainly one of the first times that had ever been done. People had done helicopter live shots, but nobody had done a fixed-wing aircraft up there. And I am doing my best right now to get a hold of the video from that, because it was really just mind-blowing to be up there and look at the eclipse from that vantage point. Needless to say, we will also be prepared for that at WSIL. But this is very exciting, and I know you're all excited about it, but I just want to emphasize the role in coordination WSIL can provide in terms of communicating amongst all of you, letting the public know, just making everyone aware and excited about it. So I would very much hope that you would consider us your Eclipse station. And like I said, whatever stories we can be accommodated on the website, we'll be happy to put up and further this cause of great coordination and a great visibility for Southern Illinois, with Carbondale at the center of it. So thanks.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. One of the things that's inherent to planning for one of these in your community, they're so rare. Unless you are really into eclipses, and a lot of people are, most people in your community will have never experienced a total solar eclipse before. So she is one of the few who has, and from a unique perspective of planning for one. So we're grateful to have her on board. At this point, I'm going to turn the mic back over to Mayor Henry, and we are going to get into some more audience engagement.
Thank you. You know, first of all, I forgot to recognize our council members who are here. Ms. Carolyn Harvey is right here. She's the Mayor Pro Tem for Carbondale. Mr. Lee Flaunenberger is back here. I don't think anybody else is here. How many mayors do we have here from other, I know Steve Patini's over here. Any other mayors in the room? Southern Illinois Mayors Association will meet this evening, and what I will be telling them is, as we go along here and develop what we're doing, we realize that all cities here in Southern Illinois are affected by this eclipse. It's not just Carbondale. And as we develop our information, we want to share this with you. We invite you to participate with us in these committees and stay up with what we're doing. This is a joint effort for all of Southern Illinois. We have to put our best foot forward. We have to succeed. 7 years from now, or from next year, we will do it again. So it's a collaborative effort, and I welcome input from everyone. Southern Illinois Healthcare, I saw Woody Thorne and his cohorts back here, so we're glad to have them participating also. I want to turn to our elected officials. Senator Luchtefeld, do you want to address the crowd?
Well, first of all, I think we as legislators, and there's a number of them in this area, both parties, I think that this is something that I'm sure we'll all be actually here for, just for a resource. I understand there has to be funding. I understand there have been attempts to get grants. We maybe can help with those sorts of things. But I think our biggest job is just to be a resource for, this is something that obviously doesn't happen very often, and it doesn't happen, it's just sort of rare, obviously, something I didn't know a whole lot about. I've learned a few things about it over the last few weeks from Diane Reagan. But it is something that, like the mayor said, you need to put your best foot forward. It appears that you're on track to do that. The university's been working on this for a while. The city's involved. Obviously, It's not just Carbondale, it's the whole area that will be affected. And as thousands of people come here, and obviously you want a lot of people to come, you'd like them to leave with a good impression of the area. And it appears that you're on track to do that. The better impression you have, they have when they leave is, makes a difference, I think, in the future for the community. This is just a beautiful part of the world, and a lot of people don't know that. With the wineries we have, and certainly just the general atmosphere of Southern Illinois, this is something I think that when people leave, they need to maybe want to come back, and obviously you're going to do everything you can, and what we're here for is to try to make that, at least help you when we can with certainly finances. I don't know what's out there, but I think certainly you have already looked into many of those things, and we need to support those things. So we'll be. Now, I obviously will not. I may be one of those people riding the bus because obviously my term is up at the end of this year. Will not be part of it, but I hope my wife and I can be part of it by just coming down and taking advantage of something that just doesn't happen very often. So again, good luck, and I think we're all available to do what we can to help you with this whole process. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Representative John Bradley, would you like to address the crowd?
Glad to be here.
Representative Terry Bryant.
Same here. I just echo what the senator said, so you guys don't need to hear from us, we need to hear from you.
Okay. Well, I would open the floor to anyone who wants to talk about any parts of this, or if anyone has any questions for us. It's kind of, we're at the point of an open forum, and then we will see if you want to sign up for committees, and we'll wrap it up for today. So anybody want to say anything about what your organization is doing, or what the needs are of your organization? I'll tell you my first thoughts on this when we started talking about it right after I was elected a little over a year ago was porta potties and tents. So we reserve lots of porta potties and we reserve lots of tents. The other part that goes with that is feeding this crowd. We don't know if we're going to have 20,000 people or 50,000 people in Carbondale. SIU is on track to have a big event in the state football stadium. I believe they have food service, vendors coming in onto the campus. So they have a lot going on there. Transportation will mean an awful lot here, getting people around. We've talked about, I'm sure all of you have been at events where you're looking for the porta potties, or you're looking for the parking, or you're looking for whatever as you arrive at the event. We're going to make sure we have lots and lots of signage everywhere. You'll see the Eclipse logo, and then you'll see icons that point food this way, parking this way, bus stops this way. Transportation, as I said, will be a major thing to get people around. We'll have people parking on the outskirts of the city. I think that the schools, high schools will not be in session that day. I don't think they've quite reached that point, but they are discussing that. If they're not, then that will open up those parking lots for parking for folks. And so as you participate in this and think it through, think about if you were coming here, how you would want it to be. We've all been to festivals. Sometimes they're frustrating to get around in, other times they're easy. But this is a very, very large event. It will encompass the entire downtown area. Carbondale will probably close Illinois Avenue from Elm Street south and all the way from University Avenue over. University will be open and Washington Street will be open, but we will encompass both sides of the tracks for fair days is what we're looking at. So there's a lot of logistics here, and we need all the help we can get. And I know there's a lot of experts in this room, a lot of good minds. So I'm hoping you will sign up for a committee, and if you can't do that, send us some folks, and we're ready to get going. And like I say, we're going to share the information with everybody here in Southern Illinois. We're all in this together, and we want to have a great event for all of us. So with that, that's my closing remarks. Is there anyone else that needs to address anything? Oh, that woman, I don't know her name yet. This is Miss Diane Hood.
Good morning, everybody. We got to get a little bit more excited. I know it's early in the morning, but I am so excited about this event. And since I have the attention of the elected officials, I believe I hear you all saying that you're going to support this event, and we are going to be applying for a lot of money to take care of everything that we need to. Bo, you'll be doing a lot of grant money. So I'm just excited that you're all here today, and I'm excited that we're going to be working together, because that's what it's going to take, like the mayor said, all of us working together and making sure that everybody has a wonderful experience when they come into Carbondale and into Southern Illinois.
I am also your unofficial interim resources chair. So you can read into that title. It kind of demonstrates the need that we have for you all to support your city today and over the course of the next year. Thanks, guys.
And we all, just so everyone knows, we are pursuing private funding. We're looking for grants from the private sector for this. And of course, the city is, we stand ready to spend a substantial amount of money on this to make it a success. We're not even sure where we're going to be there, but it could easily be $500,000. So, but no matter what we do, we can't fail. So, anyone else have anything to say? Ms. Reagan?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for coming, and we look forward, as things start to move forward very rapidly. The subcommittees have already begun work on some stuff, and it'll be happening very quickly over the next few weeks. We'll keep you informed, and we're excited about the website eventually being out there as well. Thanks for showing up.
That's